Kelly? I don't know about that.
City fans, your Orlando City Bees substitutions are number 70, Jake Fenlison. Number 43, Pierre De Silva. Number 47, Marius Obakov. Number 56, Alejandro Garcia. Number 52, William Yang. And number 54, Keegan Smith.
All right, go to Orlando Health.
And now the Orlando City Bees starting lineup presented by Orlando Health. Your goalkeeper.
Another thing is that the MLS team has a game tomorrow.
Richard.
I think on the weekends when they're away, you'll see more people here come up from Orlando. That would be my guess anyway. Because they're going to want some soccer, but why come here when you're going to the MLS game tomorrow?
In defense, number 48, Kyle McFadden. In defense, number 53, Craig Nitty. In midfield, number 6, Richie Larea. In midfield, number 24, Louis Neal. In midfield, number 40, Johnny Mendoza.
Local boy? Well,
in midfield, number 46,
Lyman High School.
Tony Rocha. At forward, number 35, Brian
And all the academy guys are
Roches.
local.
And at forward, number 51, Michael Cox. Introducing Orlando City Bees head coach, Anthony Pulis. The OCB starting lineup is presented by Orlando Health.
Switch to 3 for. Okay, OCB generic. All right, so you're on pre-post. Thomas should be there. Okay. Nick, what was the question you were on there? Say that again, Thomas. They're coming out now? How far apart should the mics be? It's about how he has them right now, okay? Yeah? Yeah, that's fine, Nick. About like that.
Next time you're in for an MLS game, you should come up to our booth and see how it works up there.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Are you able to get into the press box area?
Right now.
Yeah,
That's one of those guys. Well,
Maybe ask him after.
take the mics out.
yeah, talk to, we'll talk to, let's see, he's not here, so, Decio probably.
So about how long into the walk-on do you want
It's not that hard at all.
right away?
You come out of the elevator, you go straight, you don't even have to go into the press box. It's pretty easy.
Is it kind of near the
Right by the elevator.
Rollins? It's like sweet.
Yes.
Yes, I've been in there.
Well, the TV, well, technically we're in
It's
both.
right next to actually, because I
Yeah,
remember being in it. It's
TV,
right to the left.
TV's to
isn't
the
it?
left, radio's to the right.
Okay.
But we're radio tomorrow. TV, you'd be running into Adrian Healy and Split Taylor Twin. They were at training today. Taylor's got the world's biggest head. It's like a bowling ball.
I'm not a fan of him as a commentator, to be honest with you. Sure, he's a nice guy. I've met him a couple of times. Seems a good guy.
He makes a good commentator because he's opinionated.
Yes, he does. I like Ronaldo. Some people don't like Ronaldo.
Well, Ronaldo's, yeah,
I like
he
Ronaldo.
pisses people off. I like him
He
too.
does, but I like Ronaldo.
He doesn't give a crap. Doesn't care.
They're waiting on the
All right.
We know where it all began. It was the best start of any professional soccer club in the history of the United States. We have continued to smash records in our transition to MLS. Our destiny is to defy expectations.
we had ruled an era in this league. And now we are back for more.
Our mission is to turn young talents into soccer stars.
And there's no better way to do it than winning championships. The future of Orlando City can be summed up in 3 letters: OCB.
The Space Coast is home to professional soccer in 2016 with the arrival of USL and Orlando City B to Brevard County, Florida. Tonight from the Titan Soccer Complex on the campus of Eastern Florida State College, this is USL Soccer 2016 as OCB hosts the Harrisburg City Islanders. Good evening and welcome to Melbourne, everybody, alongside Oliver Twelvetrees, the head coach at Eastern Florida State College. I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Thank you so very much for joining us for this OCB and USL telecast on YouTube. Well, Oliver, the last time these City Islanders met Orlando City, they knocked them out of the 2014 playoffs. That said, 2 teams that know each other very, very well as franchises.
Certainly there's a big history between these 2 organizations, and tonight is a very, very important game for both squads. Both teams are almost desperate for that win. They're both looking for the first win in the season, and the young guns from OCB are certainly going to be looking for that W tonight.
It is a rematch of the 2011 championship game as well. When we come back, we'll have the key players, the starting 11, and kickoff. It's OCB in Harrisburg right after this.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town, where the sand is our building blocks and a board is our preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened by the sound of a wave. It's the home of the original, home to the iconic, and home of the legendary. Cocoa Beach. It's still cool. Your beach vacation begins at GoCocoBeach.com.
Be a part of a new movement in Orlando. A roster to be proud of. One of the best soccer players of our era. Don't miss Alex Morgan and the Orlando Pride as they take the field at the Orlando Citrus Bowl for the first time on April 23rd versus Carly Lloyd in the Houston Dash. Season tickets and single game tickets for the inaugural NWSL season are available at orlando-pride.com.
A nation of thousands. A nation founded on the belief that expectations are not to be met, but defied. A nation of winners. This is Lion Nation. Indulge in exclusive content, behind-the-scenes interviews, and monthly documentaries. In Lion Nation, you get access to things money can't buy, including once-in-a-lifetime on-field experiences. Help make crucial club decisions by casting your vote. Spend reward points on experiences, auctions, and more. And all profits from Lion Nation will be invested back into the product on the pitch. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger. Join Lion Nation. Coming soon.
Back in the harbor city of Melbourne, Florida, Jeff Radcliffe, Oliver Twelvetrees getting set for OCB and the City Islanders of Harrisburg tonight here on YouTube. And let's talk about both of these teams here, Oliver. When you're talking about Harrisburg, a team, a heritage club in USL, and they've got quite a lineup as usual. Jose Baril, a player to watch there in the attacking midfield.
Certainly the young attacking midfielder from Real Madrid, brought up in the Real Madrid youth system and played for the Real Madrid C team before coming over to the States. And, he's been really tearing it up, creating goals and scoring goals himself in the last couple of years in USL. And he's certainly the player that can unlock defenses and score goals.
For OCB, Richie Larea, the number 7 overall pick in the 2016 MLS draft, starting to come into his own. Got the first assist last week in Louisville.
Yeah, it was a fantastic play there, Richie. Just a little back heel flick combination with Michael Cox, for Michael Cox to score the great goal last week against Louisville. So they'll be looking to Richie to get on the ball and again create and score goals.
Let's take a look at the starting 11s for each side. First, for the Harrisburg City Islanders, the goalkeeper, very, very familiar, Nick Noble, been there for 5 seasons now. What else do they have?
Yeah, Bobby Warshaw was a former MLS player for FC Dallas, and they have high hopes for him coming in and anchoring that center midfield in a 4-4-2 system. And then the young Liam Doyle out of Ohio State with his first start at left center back tonight is a good ball-playing center back.
OCB will counter with a 4-4-2. Really, a 4-4-2 diamond tonight, able to get a couple of other players that they wanted to get on the field.
Certainly interesting to see. Usually it's in a 4-2-3-1, the OCB and Orlando City franchises, but tonight in a 4-4-2, they'll give Brian Rochez, the designated player from Honduras, an opportunity to start for his first start of the year. And this boy can play. He's talented. He's quick. He can score goals. And I think the whole system is designed to have 2 boys up front instead of the lone striker.
Yeah, 2 Hondurans in the lineup, as Deveron Garcia will be the right back. Now got his international clearance. You see the head coaches, Anthony Pulis making his 4th appearance as a head coach, and Bill Betcher, the USL Coach of the Year back in 2005. He's got a championship to his credit as well in 2007, one of the deans of coaches in USL. Our referee crew is a good one tonight. Rubiel Vasquez will lead things in the middle. Esteban Rosano, Hassan Belmnahia will be the assistant referees. The 4th official is Jasmine Peralta. She'll be stationed on the far touchline. It'll be OCB in the purple in the center, coming off the loss against Louisville. Harrisburg City last week, or 2 weeks ago rather, lost to Charlotte, did not play a week ago. We are underway here at the Titan Soccer Complex with OCB attacking right to left. They'll play the long ball forward. Very windy conditions here. We were worried about rain most of the week as it looked like an 80% chance. Other than that, it is beautiful. As Craig Nitty will have it. Right at the halfway line, we see Burrill get his first touch, number 8, right in front.
Yeah, it looks like Burrill's going to operate on this right side, but he's going to have license to drift inside and find the game wherever he can.
Nitty, the center back pairing with McFadden. Kyle Callan McFadden, the Irishman.
You can see the speed there already from Paul Wilson, the young Jamaican striker from Portmore United. Looks like he'll be operating up front with the seasoned pro Craig Foster, who's also been very prolific in the USL.
Wilson formidable, all 5'4" of him. Send it back to the big guys in the back. It's Leverock and Doyle, the center backs, both 6'4". Along the right side, the attack will come. We'll send the ball to the far post. It's right at Mark Ridgers, who last time on this field had the clean sheet against Charleston.
And that is a little bit of a danger in that 4-4-2 diamond system, is you may be a little bit weak on the flanks, and you can see the right back there for the City Islanders had a little bit too much time to put that ball in the box.
OCB getting a couple of nicks in training this week, so a couple of players not available. Zach Ellis-Hayden, one of those. Andrew Ribeiro, guys that have started every minute of the season.
Yeah, Ellis-Hayden looked very comfortable and an attack coming from right back in the last couple of games, so they'll miss him tonight.
Boy, big Deveron Garcia got the touch. He's playing out of position as the Orlando City MLS player, going to be loaned here for the rest of the season. Likely will be used more of a center back, or as the ball gets into the box, shot saved by Ridgers and hands to the head of Wilson. The flag was up anyway. It would have been offside.
But you can see that fantastic ball there again from Jose Burrill. Picked the ball up in the midfield and just slid a little slide rule pass through. Here's the replay. Look at that pass from the Real Madrid man.
Boy, if he was off, it wasn't by much. Tyler Turner playing left back tonight. Of course, he usually plays right back with the MLS club.
It's a strong start from the City Islanders.
Putting the pressure on this makeshift back line of OCB. Although the 2 center backs now, Nitty loses the handle as he had his pocket picked by Wilson again. And
yeah, good cover there from Macca. Kyle Callan McFadden. We'll call him Macca tonight.
Here is Wilson. He'll lay it outside of the top of the box. Really exclusively going to this right side here in the early going. Little hand play. It will come the other way, according to Rubiel Vasquez. A little too much.
You'll see the City Islanders are trying to high press, a little bit different from a couple of weeks ago. They're really trying to get at OCB right from the start, and their line of confrontation is very high up the field, trying to put pressure on the big man Nitty as he's trying to bring the ball out.
Nitty to Turner. And Rocha got the touch. Rocha served the 1-game suspension from his sending off here a couple of weeks ago. Glad to have him back in the lineup. Now Orlando gets it in the attacking half. Here's Mendoza wearing number 40, plays the ball in to big Michael Cox. One of 2 Canadians in that attacking formation for OCB, along with Larea.
See, that was a nice attack there down the left from Tyler Turner. Usually he's on the right side, but he was attacked well from the left fullback position there.
Nice job by Lewis Neal, and now control shown by Rocha. Turner.
They'll be looking to Rocha and Turner to have that combination down this left flank.
Outright to Garcia. As I was mentioning, be used more in a defensive midfield or center back in the future for Orlando City. Right now being pressed out of position in his debut. Honduran U20 national teamer, played in the U20 World Cup.
A big game tonight for Brian Rocha. He needs a big performance. He needs to hold up the ball, but he needs to combine and get into goal as well with Cox.
In the center of the park, left for Rocha. And you have to worry about, when you're playing a 4-4-2 diamond, the width sometimes can be an issue, right?
Certainly, and it's, the outside midfield players need to know when to pinch in, but then when to provide width, because someone's got to provide that width, and it can't always be the fullbacks.
Dante Levrock, this is Noble, in his 5th season.
Had a good opportunity to watch the City Islanders practice last night, a little pre-game, and Noble was loving playing on the field. He didn't go in goal once. He was just, I think he was reliving some dreams of being a field player last night. He seems like a big character on this team.
West Virginia University product, class of 2006. Played in Sweden before coming to Harrisburg. Actually played for Adrian Heath with the Austin Aztecs back in 2009, so I'm sure Coach Pulis got the scouting report from Adrian.
You see there the striker, Craig Foster, another Jamaican player. He's going to look to shoot on sight.
This will be Baril, former Spanish U12, U18 national teamer here playing in the USL. Got a wicked free kick, too.
He'll be taking all the set pieces tonight.
Tries to search somebody out, tries to play it through. It was Mendoza got there first. Pressure put on, and Larea does the business to get it out of trouble. It'll be a throw for Harrisburg.
That's what Larea can bring as well, though. Even though he is a flair player in this OCB lineup, he's not scared to put his foot in and tackle as well.
Levrock is the Bermuda national teamer in the lineup. 8 caps. In the center is Orlando playing a little bit better defense now.
Yeah, see they got a little bit their defensive formation a little bit more set now, so it's not so easy for the City Islanders to get into their final third.
Turner into Lewis Neal. And will be switched to the other side. Callan McFadden.
I think they'll be happy to have him back.
No doubt. Devon Garcia was slated to start it as a center back pairing, and then the injury happened to Zach Ellis-Hayton. And we'll have a free kick for Orlando City B.
You can see Rochez, the whole idea of the front two is that they can play off each other, and Rochez there with the dummy. He was hoping that Michael Cox was in behind him to then maybe get that combination play, but wasn't quite able to get it, but they got the free kick, so they'll be happy with that.
Levrock and Doyle towering over everybody. Set piece opportunity number 1 for Orlando City B here in the 8th minute, no score.
Looks like Lewis Neal and Mendoza are fighting over this one.
Neal, who used to hit the set pieces back in 2011, the championship season, scored a penalty against Harrisburg in that penalty shootout that gave Orlando City the championship. It will be Mendoza to get it through, and I believe there's a foul because no flag went up, and Rochez has to smile and knock it off. So it will be Noble settle things down.
Interesting little trick play there on the free kick, as if they were going to do an outswinger and then reversed it and did an in-swinger, and it actually did catch the City Islanders by surprise and almost create a goal-scoring chance.
That one, again, with the wind skirting all the way back to Mark Ridgers.
I certainly think the wind is having an effect early in the game. I think it's more of a crosswind, so it makes the passing difficult.
Oh, that ball just nearly found its way to Cox. Now Roches taken down, play on, says Rubiel Vasquez.
Okay.
There's Michael Cox, a big target at 6'2".
I know Coach Pulis wasn't too happy with the refereeing 2 weeks ago here.
The run comes, and we'd have a handball come the other way. Ridgers covers. We take another look at that set piece a few moments ago.
Mendoza was going to go around the back, and then a little in-swinger. Maybe called it for handball there. Opportunity to score.
Well, pressure comes on Ridgers from Wilson. It's just a water bug out there, running after everything.
It's a nice passage and play there for Orlando City, bringing it through the back. They were able to beat the high press from the City Islanders and play it into the middle third of the field. Just a poor final ball in the end there.
Turner calling for the switch here on this near side as McFadden has it. Will opt for the middle. Larea will send it back to Craig Nitty.
You can see OCB's passing style. They want to pass the ball, they want to be patient, they want to play through the 3/3 of the field. And as the season goes on, I think that passing style is certainly going to pay dividends for them.
Negative ball, Nitty did well with it. So we see Larea a number of times now coming back on their own half to collect the ball. And Turner gets it off his foot, forces the ball into Cox.
I think this 4-4-2 diamond for OCB should actually suit Richie a lot more, because he's going to have 2 targets in front of him to hit when he does get turned, and he can play forward. So I think it'll take a little bit of pressure off him, being that, sultry number 10 in behind the striker.
Cox had the goal last week in the 4-1 loss at Louisville, and Larea had the assist, a little back heel.
Certainly should be a good battle there between the 2 center forwards for OCB and the 2 mammoth center backs for the City Islanders in the young Liam Doyle and Dante Leverock out of Bermuda. 2 big boys.
This is Noble. Deliver it long. And switching it to that left side.
2 Jamaican boys there combining.
Benbow
and Paul Davis.
Cross on its way, it's off target and in behind. It'll be a goal kick.
That's the overlapping fullback Jamie Thomas, and I think he's actually a right-footed player playing on the left, so perhaps that left-footed cross that wasn't very accurate is the sign of more things to come if he's going to be attacking on his left foot.
See the Harbor City hooligans full force behind the goal, staring into that wind. Switch is made to the right side. This is Garcia.
There's definitely a lot of flexibility and fluidity in that system. You see Mendoza dropping into the middle of the park as well to pick up the ball, but they've got to be careful playing out of the back.
The ball was given away, and the combination does not prove fruitful. It's going to be out for another goal kick.
It's going to be very important to who picks up Jose Burrell. He is coming in from this right side, so I think it is going to have to be Tony Rocha is going to have that job of picking him up, which isn't going to be easy because he's going to drift into those holes very easily.
Nitty. Lewis Neal, the venerable veteran, relieving pressure as Mendoza had it mauled away. Burrell tries to switch it back. He'll collect, and now off to the left side. Thomas back to the center back. Doyle. Ping it forward in direct fashion. Again, the wind carries it, and it will go all the way over the line. Goal kick once again for OCB.
With both teams in this 4-4-2, actually, there's not a lot of space in the middle of the park because both wingers are being told to pinch in and pick up the opposing wide players. So it's going to be very tight in there, but if they can break the pressure, OCB, there's going to be spaces to play in behind.
Cox comes all the way back. Talked with Coach Pulis ahead of the game. Very, very high on the Canadian striker. Had a preseason hat trick against UCF, did Michael Cox.
That was a great finish last week against Louisville as well. Just put that top shelf, didn't he?
Knows how to win too. Won a national championship in Canada with York University. Nitty. I'll leave it for Ridgers.
I don't think Ridgers is going to want the sort of busy evening he had a couple of weeks ago where he was fantastic, but he's not going to want to be that busy again.
Made the USL Team of the Week. Made 8 saves in that game.
You see his service, though. Look at that dribble ball out the back. Fantastic technique.
Now Baril will pick it up. Lewis Neal couldn't hold. Garcia will give it chase and play it back to Ridgers. Plenty of composure. Minute number 15, no score. Harrisburg and OCB. Attack will come from the left side now. All in. Wilson. Boy, he'll drive a shot, and it is into the parking lot, actually into the construction zone of the softball field that is being put up behind. Everybody checking to make sure that ball didn't have any air left.
Yeah, Wilson and Bambo switched already, so there's definitely a lot of fluidity in the City Islander system as well.
You can hear the wind that the microphones are picking up. You coach on this field multiple times a year. This is just normal.
Yeah, this is a little unusual. You know, the weather this whole spring season has been a little bit unusual. You know, usually there's a steady wind coming out of the west, but this is a little interesting and difficult to play in environment tonight.
As our camera looks at it, we are facing the east, so looking towards the beach. To give you a mental picture, and then a player is knocked
that was
over.
A foot up. That was a surprising no call there. That was a foot up. You'd think that would be at least a free kick there.
Garcia thankfully back up. On the right side, McClaws working it into the ever active Paul Wilson. Baril sends the ball in, top of the box, turns, shot. Ridgers went low. It was picked out by Garcia. Switching it to the near side.
Nice play there from Bobby Warshaw to get that shot off, like the OCB got that blocked. Good defensive play to get the block, but Warshaw coming from midfield. No, they have high hopes of Warshaw. It looked like he came with his foot up, but actually did come from the side, so perhaps should have been a foul, but didn't look quite as bad as it did in real time.
No penalty paid by Jamie Thomas in Silver Spring, Maryland. One of a couple players that were with New York Red Bulls 2 a year ago on this roster. Sean McClaws as well. So the two outside backs making their way down from Harrison, New Jersey. Tyler Turner will back it up.
Tyler Turner with a strong start tonight, making tackles, completing passes. Very flexible player, can play anywhere across that back line and in midfield.
McClaws on the ball. Araya closes him down. Ball gets into the box. Nitty will usher it forward. Right to Harrisburg. Switch it back to Doyle. Now left to Thomas.
Good high pressure here from the City Islanders. OCB having a hard time getting the ball back and getting into their half. Defending deep.
Taking a page out of Louisville City. There's a challenge there by Warshaw.
Coach Pulis there is trying to get the lads to play quick. Try and catch City Islanders on the counter-attack.
Is that the easiest way to break a pressing team?
Certainly,
the ball
yeah.
quick?
If a team's high pressing you, if you can break that press, there's going to be space in behind.
Again, ball rolls free. Nitty back to McFadden. Got the simplest of touches as the pressure continues from Foster and Wilson.
See how deep Lewis Neal is coming to collect that ball in his own box.
The Englishman takes care of it. And McClaws sends it out. Throw to Orlando City just in front of our broadcast position here, right at the halfway line.
see Coach Pulis is adamant in his playing style. He's going to work on playing the ball out of the back no matter what. And in the long run, that's gonna help these young lads develop and be potential MLS players.
No pinging the ball, long ball over the top. McFadden had to go low to make sure that ball got out of trouble. To the back. Oh, Burrill, you don't want on his right foot. He shoots and it's saved by Ridgers. Too much time on the ball. It was a great shot by Burrill.
You see him cutting in on his right foot, dropped his shoulder, and then whipped the ball in the top corner. Great save there from Ridgers. That was arcing into the top corner there. Again, the OCB have got to get closer to Burrill. You cannot allow him any time and space, or he's gonna hurt you.
Does yield a corner kick for the City Islanders in our 20th minute. Had the better of the run of play thus far. You have to admit that. Ridgers calling the shots. Of course, it'll be Burrill. Sending it to the back post, floating into that wind. Ridgers jumps up, high points the ball, pulls it down.
That's going to be too easy for Ridgers. You've got to put a little bit more pace on the ball, and I think maybe that was into that wind, so that was a difficult ball to hit there from Burrill.
Oh, nice moves there by the crafty veteran Lewis Neal, a Leicester man.
Former Norwich City player, I believe, Lewis.
A number of places. Shrewsbury, Carlisle, Stoke in his youth.
And a great career for
Orlando City and DC United.
It's a great overlap there from Tyler Turner.
Turner chopped down. Defense gets to Paul Wilson now. Attacks have come few and far between as McFadden is back. And he will play it, smart ball, square out.
Safety first, defend first. That's what you want from your defenders. Defend first and reorganize for the throw-in. There was a little bit of a highlight there. Roches was able to combine with Tyler Turner down this left flank. He's going to need more from that from Roches.
Rocha and Roches in the game here.
Yeah, you're not going to be calling them the wrong ones.
Yeah, tough to keep track of tonight. A lot of pace here shown by Harrisburg, moving the ball quickly.
Yeah, Paul Davis and Bembo certainly combine well on the field. I could see their best pals. They were socializing and having a good time in practice yesterday, and always looking to find each other on the field as well. So they're two players that Orlando City have got to get an eye on, got to get close to.
McFadden will just ping the long ball forward and come all the way back to Noble. Oh, collision right at the halfway line. It comes back to Orlando City. Well, get into the game through the USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league.
See the strength of the new Honduran player Garcia there going up for that header. It looked like it could be a nasty collision, but the winger just bounced off him. He's a big, strong boy, the Honduran.
Rocha fouled from behind, no call play on as Orlando City had possession, so advantage was played, and then as soon as they get into the attacking third, they lose it.
That was a great defensive play from Bobby Warshaw. You can see he's a talented midfielder. He was able to track back and pick Larrea's pocket before Larrea could play forward himself.
McClaws. And zigged when he should have zagged. The Benbow here is on the right side now.
It looks like Davis is playing underneath now.
Neal
for the City Islanders.
Garcia to the right again. Can't get the ball into the final third. Harrisburg continues to press. Hold some possession here as the Lions come out to defend. Another ball in, held up top, shot on the way, off target, off the foot of Foster.
Foster again had time to receive it, turn, and get the shot off. centre back's got to get a little closer to Foster because he's got an eye for goal and he's going to punish you unless you get closer to him.
All away.
Big Bermudan there. That was easy for him.
Center Park picked up once again by Baril. Possession stat massively in favor of the visitors here at the moment.
You know, OCB just struggling to really put together their passes. They've had a couple of nice passing moves, but no real consistency and chemistry with their midfield and attacking players yet. In this new system, it could take a little bit of time to get their feigned passing game going.
And you feel in the 4-2-3-1, you're used to having that 5 in the midfield, that one extra. Now you've sent it up top instead. I'm sure that is quite the adjustment. It's always a numbers game, isn't it?
Certainly, they just need that movement from the two strikers, you know, whether it's a little diagonal run down the channel so that the midfielders have got a target to hit and play off.
A long throw comes in. Rocha first to contact. Be controlled by Thomas. Big East champion St. John's Red Storm 2013. Another ball, a hopeful ball into the stands.
Again, Baril isn't scared to have a go.
Figure the law of averages, you're going to hit one of those every now and again.
Well, when you played for Real Madrid, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little more than now and again.
Baril and Foster have scored the only 2 goals of Harrisburg's season thus far. A throw to the City Islanders.
And it is a very talented centre midfield pairing for the City Islands. You've got Dabo, the former Inter Milan Senegalese player, representing his country as well. Next to Bobby Warshaw, the former FC Dallas player.
Dabo whistle for the foul. Rochez gets up.
See Warshaw sitting more, and Dabo's got the license to go box to box and go win the ball and start attacks.
Pressure comes again from Wilson. Get out of the own end here. Turner.
See not a lot of options. City Islanders sending a lot of numbers and OCB turning it over.
Another giveaway and shot off target off the foot of Foster. Looks like he hit that on the outside part of the foot.
Yeah,
Richards calls for a ball, and we'll have it.
Didn't quite get.
I just missed it.
Yeah, got to defend better from that throw-in. You know, you got to be switched on as soon as that ball goes out. You got to be back right away into shape, so you don't get hit on the unawares.
On the left side, Baril will cut back in on that right foot. Play it square across. McLaws, he will send it and bend it. And it was off target, thankfully. Going off to the right. Goal kick for Orlando City B.
Yeah, again, sliced. OCB having a hard time really to contain Davis and Baril. Those two are combining very, very well in that final third to create goal scoring opportunities. Perhaps that midfield 4 of OCB is a little slow to pick up.
Richards. Again, 50-50 ball won by the diminutive Paul Wilson. Oh, here's Rocha. There's a tug of the jersey. Play on.
Looks like he's played the advantage.
Larea leaves it right side. Mendoza. A tough challenge from behind. This may bring a booking. We'll see.
Finally, the referee blows his whistle. He'd swallowed his whistle there for a while, hadn't he? But he was playing the advantage for OCB. And that's where you want Richie. You want him in that final third running at people.
Neal. Ball off target.
First shot. First shot there for OCB.
Comes from the defensive midfielder. Scored a number of goals back in 2011 for this team.
He had a fantastic year for Orlando City last year. Clubman of the Year.
did a little bit of everything. Played any position in the midfield and was kind of the utility guy, especially when Kaká was out of the lineup. Kind of kept things together.
There's 3 or 4 slices you've seen from these players. The ball coming off the outside of the foot.
Yeah.
I think the wind is playing a big factor in the game so far.
Oh, Rocha again gets over the ball and gets chopped down.
Yeah, that's Dabo.
Lions looking to play quick. It was denied. And now Harrisburg having issues with Rubiel Vasquez. Thought that they should have had the rights to that ball. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, a little bit of a confusion there. It looked like the City Islanders saw the OCB had taken it short.
Okay, we saw the craftiness last time with Neal and Mendoza. See if this will be a little bit more direct.
Oh.
No, we'll try it again. Worked so nice once, we'll try it twice. Not a bad effort, but Noble picks it out of the air.
Yeah, I like that ball bent in. You know, I love a free kick on a corner. Everything bent into the goalkeeper.
And Garcia may go into the book here.
Especially in this wind, I'd like to see that tactic all night.
And you do see Coach Pulis off the bench. Where was that earlier on our guys? You know, that's the argument being made. So first booking goes to the debutante, Devron Garcia.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card has been issued to
That's pretty early in the game for the young right back to pick up a yellow. He's got to be careful now for the last 60 minutes of this one.
Stepped on his heel.
A little clumsy really, but again, the experience from the Spaniard. Anybody watches the Champions League, I'm sure you do. You can see a lot of that in the Champions League or in La Liga from the Spanish players. And obviously Barril has mastered the art of it. So young Garcia picks up a yellow for his troubles.
Maka plays for 1-2 and send it forward. Mendoza settles over. Leon.
It's a dangerous counter here.
City Islanders trying to get it to the back. It's headed right to Wilson.
Again, Barril with that beautiful cross there with the outside of his right foot. Bent that right around the defense into Paul Davis's.
Rocha and Turner with a little nice back heel return. Rochez pushed off the ball. It is out, Orlando City throw.
Tyler Turner certainly being a bright spot. Nice combination there with Rocha and Rochez down this left side. Rochez couldn't quite get beyond the last defender and beat him for pace.
Garcia back. Neal chipping it to the left side, and Turner, who has a nice cross in him, he gets the time.
That's where they want to. This is where you want to possess the ball if you're OCB. You don't want to possess it in your own half. You want to possess it in the City Islanders half, where you can play penetrating passes.
All into the 18.
The ball just sticks to Barril's foot.
Let's have the touch. And Benbow. Now forward once again, the overlap.
See the right foot player wants to come in on his right foot.
Played back now to Barril. Barril again, send it through the area. Did have somebody lurking on that far post.
That's Bobby Warshaw. A lot of experience, played overseas after leaving FC Dallas in Norway and Sweden. Talented player at Stanford.
Now Warshaw wearing 6, Barril 8. Now here's Barril, taller of the two.
Similar body types, big strong boys that can
8
play.
and 6 on those City Islander jerseys looks very similar from our vantage point. Levrock. Shield well, Rochez, and now Cox comes in to spoil the party.
That's what you want to see from OCB, from those two big strikers. You want to see them going and pressing their centre backs. Almost forced a turnover there.
Mendoza is holding his ground. Now some pushing and shoving again. Cox picks it up. Stutter start, pushed out, throw to Harrisburg.
You want to get that 1v1 matchup as well. I think Coach Pulis will be excited to see that 1v1 matchup against Liam Doyle. You know, the big left-footed centre half isn't the quickest, very good footballer, but isn't the quickest, and they're going to want to get Cox in a 1v1 situation with the centre halves.
Fans, we remind you that Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Restart Orlando City B. Garcia. Plenty of space. I'll opt to play it square. Rocha catches up. A hopeful ball forward. Handled by one of those 6'4" center backs. That one Doyle.
Yeah, that's
now
easy to deal with. It's got to be a little bit more, bit smarter balls into the strike force. Those aerial balls are going to be eaten up by the two big center backs.
Garcia.
That's a good ball. That's a better ball into the striker's feet.
Held up by Cox. Nice composure shown as two defenders close down. Gets it out to Mendoza on the right side. And it will go out for an Orlando City throw on the far touchline. We're in our 35th minute, no score.
The OCB missing a little bit of that cut thrust from Zach Ellis-Hayden, who's been a very good performer the first 2 games at right back.
Nice job by Turner to save that one in. Neal along the right side. The run comes from Cox. Will hold off the defender with his body. Play it back to Garcia. Neal, head down, chops it in the air. Into the box. Parried away. Come into touch. Throw Orlando City B.
See, Neal loves to hit those long diags to switch the point.
Mendoza with pressure coming by Baril. Played the negative ball back. Garcia into Lewis. Mendoza. Rocha.
Good hold-up play from Rocha. Now he needs to spin off and get in behind. After he's laid that ball, spin off, and can he attack the final third?
Rocha, Mendoza coming a little more central now. Here's Johnny Mendoza. Tried to play a ball in. Leverott got his foot on it.
Nice football there, but from OCB. Good combinations, maybe a little too cute at the end there. Maybe that ball needed to get played in behind for one of the strikers to run onto.
Rochez is able to hold it. Triangle passing going on right in front of us. Rocha, Rochez, and Turner. And taken away again. Warshaw frustrating Brian Rochez here.
Good win there from Lewis Neal. Good time to step up and step into midfield. Starting to boss the game a little bit, Lewis Neal now.
I was about to say, Lions are starting to regain some of the possession. Play more on the front foot as we get closer to halftime. 37th minute, no score. Turner with some nice moves. The return ball couldn't find him. Now Harrisburg with player down for the City Islanders.
Need to see more of that from OCB. Tyler Turner, and, attacking from that fullback position. And when we played, when my Eastern Florida squad played against OCB, against Orlando City, sorry. Tyler actually played as a winger, so I know he can do it, and he can get into those spaces, in those seams, and he can go 1v1 and do a great job of it. So I think they'll be looking to get him in that final third as much as possible.
Larea. Now the question is against the Titans. He was a left winger or a right winger?
He was playing on the left.
So getting an attacking spot would be too unusual then.
Exactly.
Garcia. Only play is back to Macca. Callan McFadden sends it square. Nitty coming up.
I know OCB are happy to have Macca back as well. It certainly brings a calming influence to that back line.
Picked up an injury before that last home game against Charleston.
Represented Republic of Ireland at all youth levels. High hopes for the young Irishman here in MLS in the future.
Norwich the last number of years.
Yeah, he'll maybe a little bit frustrated. Norwich City had a tough result today. It looks like that could be a head collision there.
We'll stop things, check in the players here, and it is Rocha who is down for OCB. Take another look at what transpired. I don't know.
No, maybe not. Just
calling for a trainer here as Coach Pulis looks on.
Coach Pulis on his bench doesn't have a lot of defensive players. That whole bench is really stacked with attacking talent.
Trying to get the number of the player down for the City Islanders. Who is now
Rocha? Is it Rocha down?
Rocha's down for OCB. For Harrisburg, back up, I believe it's McClaws.
Oh, the young right back.
Rocha slow to get up. Of course, missed the last game because he had to sit out with the red card suspension. The second yellow, actually, that he picked up in that game. And holding his left knee. And he'll be helped up. And a red card? Are you kidding? Well, deja vu all over again. And he has been ejected.
Very controversial decision there. Both players going in for a 50-50 ball. But he has his marching orders. Tony Rocha,
second straight
red
home
carded.
game, and the Lions will be forced to play a man down here. Let's take a look and see how legit this is. Don't see it.
His foot was up before he got close to him to try and block the ball, and then, you know, he was a little late on the ball, but straight red card. Very, very questionable decision there from the referee in this first half. And again, Anthony Pulis is going to be working and planning what changes is he going to have to make. Sure, he'll go into a 4-4-1 system, but again, a tough break for OCB squad here.
So Rocha picks up his marching orders in minute 40. 10 men as OCB getting used to playing in this situation. Now, the concerns you have now substitution-wise, everybody that's on that sub list is an attacking player.
I think you see one of the two strikers withdrawn, Cox or Roches, with another midfield player. What OCB have really got to be careful of now is not to concede in these last 4 or 5 minutes to halftime.
You can talk about how you want to approach it the rest of the way. Larea will drop back, check things around him.
Yeah, they may just try and go to halftime before making any change. It looks like that what they're going to do.
Try to ride it out for the next 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Expect at least a minute. Long ball forward. Will we see Orlando City just do the defend and counter here and get some speed out front?
Looks like maybe Garcia has stepped into midfield. Devron Garcia stepped into midfield, and Mendoza's dropped to right back in that 4-4-1, and Cox has gone to right midfield. Larea to left midfield in that 4-4-1.
Well, fans, you can keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. Tony Rocha has been sent off for the second straight home game.
And you can see on the replay, you know, his foot was high, but very, very strange decision to issue a straight red there.
It seemed like he was going in for a challenge there, just going to collect the ball.
He was just a little late on it, and, you know, a foul would have been perfectly sufficient.
Along the right side, out of sorts somewhat. Shot by Neal, showing his composure, getting out of trouble. Players tumbling over. Another big swing.
Looks like the City Islanders down here. Paul Davis is down, getting up slowly.
He is up. McClaws. Fadden out of trouble. City Islanders pushing for a go-ahead goal before halftime. Baril, or right with McLaws.
Gonna need some really, really good defending here of these last few minutes to see out the half. Very, very important for OCB to get out of here, out of this half at 0-0.
Levrock and Dabo. The ball skirting across the area.
Good
Defenders
defending
were back. And getting to the back there, Orlando City B will have the foul.
They're gonna need
The free
that
kick.
from Roches. They're gonna need him to be that lone striker now and hold the ball up. Give the defenders and the midfielders chance to get up the pitch, and they cannot defend for the rest of the game. Sometimes, you know, in these red card situations, it can spur the team on, and sometimes with 10 men, you're able to raise the energy and raise the work rate of the collective 10 and come out and produce a result. And I'm sure that's
and often you see the team that's a man up struggle with how to handle it.
Certainly, mentally, it can be difficult. But I'm sure Anthony Pulis would rather be the other way around.
Sure. The longer it goes, the more frustrated you get. That leads to trouble. Boy, Craig Nitty will drop back into coverage, as it were, just before halftime. Line's trying to get out of trouble here and regroup.
You can hear the frustration there from Turner. He wanted Nitty to step up higher and press with him. You know, there's links all over the field. If the fullback slides over and presses, the left centre back's got to do the same. They've got to work together.
So you hear from the PA, 2 minutes will be tacked on. So that's how much the Lions need to survive this one. Just trying to regroup, think things over, and have a strategy coming out. At this point, a draw would not really be a bad result, considering.
Again, it's going to be a long 45 or so minutes here for OCB. They're going to have a real stalwart effort at the back.
If you're Mark Ridgers, like, can I get a break?
Yeah, it's going to be the same story for him. We're going to need a mammoth effort from him. Another turnover.
Roches was trying to hold the ball up. About a minute gone by into stoppage. Rubio Vasquez will go to the whistle here in the next 50 seconds, we think. You're just joining us. Tony Rocha sent off in the 40th minute. A high boot.
And that's 2 red cards for him on the season, in the young season.
Correa dropping back defensively to help clear. Lions need to see this through.
Good block
the
there.
18 will
from Maka.
Dump it out. Cox using the big body to hold it up. We'll go into touch. Orlando City B throw.
Cox operating on that right-hand side now. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a change in the second half, as he is a natural forward. Wouldn't be surprised to see a change out there on the right wing in the second half. Keegan Smith did a good job coming in and playing that same role 2 weeks ago against Charleston, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that change in the second half.
And Rubio Vasquez has indicated we're at the half. 45 minutes down, no scores, and you see Coach Pulis going to get an explanation right now on the red card. We'll come back and talk about that first half. It's OCB and the City Islanders here on YouTube.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town, where the sand is our building blocks and a board is our preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened by the sound of a wave. It's the home of the original, home to the iconic, and home of the legendary. Cocoa Beach. It's still cool. Your beach vacation begins at gococobeach.com.
Be a part of a new movement in Orlando. A roster to be proud of. One of the best soccer players of our era. Don't miss Alex Morgan and the Orlando Pride as they take the field at the Orlando Citrus Bowl for the first time on April 23rd versus Carly Lloyd and the Houston Dash. Season tickets and single game tickets for the inaugural NWSL season are available at orlando-pride.com.
Saren Taramo, he's going to put one in the box. It's a good one. Now it's going to be put back in the box for Orlando City, and it is.
It's about your club. It's about your city. It's about this season. It's about every match. And standing by your colors. Whatever they are, we've got you covered.
Back in blustery Melbourne, Florida, it is Harrisburg and the City Islanders locked in a 0-0 game with OCB. We're at the half. I'm Jeff Radcliffe, joined by Oliver Twelvetrees of Eastern Florida State College. I guess you can, the common denominator would be OCB now has as many red cards this season as they've had goals scored. And that will be the talking point the rest of the way, that is for sure.
That's certainly the story of the first half. You know, it was a solid start by the City Islanders with a little bit more possession and more shots. OCB was starting to really come back into it towards the end of the second half, and then that, you know, really harsh red card that again will be the story of the second half. And now it's really going to be up to OCB. Can they keep it tight? Can they hold on and counterattack?
No goals, but we've got some highlights to show you right now from that first half. It was Harrisburg really, the first 20 minutes were the better side as far as putting pressure on that back line.
I think Ridger's got a touch on that, and he's certainly got a touch on this. You know, Ridger's in fine form for OCB.
See, Baril
gets two hands
denied
on it, pushes it wide. Yeah, Baril's a talent. That boy can play.
Then a little trickeration as Mendoza sent the ball in, and I think it might have went off the hand of Roches, but a nice idea. So good they tried it twice.
Second time round, just a little too strong. Again, trying to use that wind, bend that ball in on the keeper, and here's the red card. More of a collision than anything else. You know, Roches going in there. His foot is a little bit high, but again, just a collision. He has no idea they're getting up. He's going to get red carded. Absolute shock from Rocha, and a really harsh red card that now OCB are going to have to show their mettle and heart again in the second half.
So Rubio Vasquez shows Rocha the red, so he will miss the rest of the half. Orlando City will play a man down, and of course Tony will miss that next game on the road next week at Pittsburgh. So he'll have something to prove the following game against Harrisburg, that is for sure.
There's Pedro there in the ground.
That's right.
The Orlando City players. Big game there tomorrow for Orlando City against New England.
Going to be a very big affair against a team in New England that really knows how to score goals and has yet to break out of the gate as far as scoring. In this one, we can talk a little bit about what changes you could possibly make here at the half if you're Anthony Pulis. We already mentioned if you look down the line at the bench, it wasn't even a full bench. He couldn't fill out the team sheet tonight because a number of defensive injuries, really, and it's all attacking players. You got De Silva, Fendelson, Obacop, Alejandro Garcia, Yang, and Keegan Smith. You already mentioned Keegan Smith as a possibility.
Yeah, I think, you know, in this 4-4-1 system they're going to have to play for the next half, I think you're going to see both wide players used. You're probably going to see De Silva used on the left for a certain amount of time, and then Keegan Smith on the right. They'll probably rotate the striker as well. I wouldn't have thought Roches will finish the match either, so I would say those would be three subs. Perhaps Alejandro Garcia might make his debut, the former NJCAA All-American. And Marius Obacop, the young African forward, he can certainly move and he can be dangerous. So I would say those would be the changes. And again, it's just going to be about defending. Can they show that resolute defending that they showed 2 weeks ago?
But the storyline will play out in that second half. We are in Melbourne. It's Harrisburg and OCB locked at 0-0. We'll be back with stats right after this.
A nation of thousands. A nation founded on the belief that expectations are not to be met, but defied. A nation of winners. This is Lion Nation. Indulge in exclusive content, behind-the-scenes interviews, and monthly documentaries. In Lion Nation, you get access to things money can't buy, including once-in-a-lifetime on-field experiences. Help make crucial club decisions by casting your vote. Spend reward points on experiences, auctions, and more. And all profits from Lion Nation will be invested back into the product on the pitch. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger. Join Lion Nation. Coming soon.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town, where the sand is our building blocks and a board is our preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened by the sound of a wave. It's the home of the original, home to the iconic, and home of the legendary. Cocoa Beach. It's still cool. Your beach vacation begins at gococobeach.com.
Be a part of a new movement in Orlando. A roster to be proud of. One of the best soccer players of our era. Don't miss Alex Morgan and the Orlando Pride as they take the field at the Orlando Citrus Bowl for the first time on April 23rd versus Carly Lloyd and the Houston Dash. Season tickets and single game tickets for the inaugural NWSL season are available at orlando-pride.com.
Back at the Titan Soccer Complex. Wind is blowing, and so are the situations really for OCB as they play a man down here at Eastern Florida State College against the Harrisburg City Islanders. Jeff Radcliffe, Oliver 12 Trees. As we take a look at the halftime stats, and pretty one-sided on the shots, 7-1, but really on target, just the one for Harrisburg City Islanders.
Yeah, it does tell the story of the first half, really. The City Islanders did have the better of OCB overall. Wilson with 3 shots, Campbell, the number 9 with 2, and Bobby Warshaw coming out of the midfield with a shot each as well. So OCB have got to be able to hit them on the counter-attack now, being that man down. OCB really have to attack with brains and smarts and tactically find the ways to create opportunities a man down, which is going to be probably defend deep and then look for that longer ball. It's going to be difficult to pass their way through a full 11.
Certainly a dramatic second half coming our way momentarily. Now, in the coming weeks, Orlando City Soccer Club will be launching Lion Nation, a program designed to let you get even closer to the club, watch exclusive interviews and behind-the-scenes content, vote on club decisions, get rewarded for your loyalty, and have access to discounts and other benefits. To learn more, you can visit lionnation.com. Well, Harrisburg, I already alluded to it here, Oliver. It's not always that cut and dry and that easy to play with a man advantage. They still need a goal. You have to feel going on the road at this point now, you want to come out of here with 3 points when you have that advantage, not to settle for just the draw.
Certainly, the City Islanders will really be thinking now that this is their opportunity to get a win on the USL season. You know, this is their chance to come in and get the win. OCB, they've been there. They've done it. They've already done it before 2 weeks ago. They've shown they've got the strength of character and the strength of will to be able to hold on with 10 men. And, you know, they've done it before. They've got the experience of doing it. And, you know, you see it in Will football all the time. Sometimes a team down to 10 men have still got that chance. And certainly Anthony Pulis is going to be getting his troops ready and really getting them motivated to go out and put in the hardest 45 minutes of their season. They've done it before, but they're going to try and do it again.
And just 2 weeks ago in that 0-0 result, Orlando City B had a number of chances late. They could have stolen that game. So the possibility still exists.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of pace. OCB have got a lot of pace out wide and up front, and they're going to use their bench. They're going to bring some of these young attacking players on, and I'm sure they're going to have a go within the tactics and the parameters of the game when you are down a man, and you see it. And I think they've got a chance. They've shown they can hurt them with the few attacks they've had, so let's see what they can do.
Second half is next. It's Harrisburg and OCB on YouTube.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town, where the sand is our building blocks and a board is our preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened by the sound of a wave. It's the home of the original, home to the iconic, and home of the legendary. Cocoa Beach. It's still cool. Your beach vacation begins at gococobeach.com.
Be a part of a new movement in Orlando. A roster to be proud of. One of the best soccer players of our era. Don't miss Alex Morgan and the Orlando Pride as they take the field at the Orlando Citrus Bowl for the first time on April 23rd versus Carly Lloyd in the Houston Dash. Season tickets and single game tickets for the inaugural NWSL season are available at orlando-pride.com.
It's about your club. It's about your city. It's about this season. It's about every match. And standing by your colors. Whatever they are, we've got you covered.
Back in Melbourne, USL action here on YouTube. It's OCB and the Harrisburg City Islanders 0-0. Lions even on the scoreboard, but down on the field is, again, Tony Rocha dismissed. So the Lions will have to weather quite a storm the next 45 minutes. It will be OCB on the left side attacking here in the second half. And I have a feeling as we're rejoined by Oliver 12-3s here. Playing a direct ball is really not a bad option when you've got the forwards like Cox and Roches.
Certainly. They do have a lot of pace and power, and they'll be looking to hit them on the counter-attack. And it almost looks like OCB are changing it a little bit. It looks like they're in almost a 4-3-2. So they're going to keep those two strikers up there, play very narrow, and try and get the goal on the break.
Couple other score updates from tonight. The big one, Louisville City FC leading FC Cincinnati 3-1 right now, late in that second half. Charlotte Independence have a 2-0 lead on the Charleston Battery.
It's going to be a very big night here to Devron Garcia. He's pushed into the center of the midfield, which is perhaps
more of a
where
natural
his future
spot.
is, rather than a right back, and he needs a big performance in there now.
You got the speedy Johnny Mendoza kind of shoring things up along the right side of the defense.
Yeah, Mendoza, one of those players that has a distinction of actually representing Orlando City's PDL team. So he's worked, so it shows that there was a path even before OCB was in existence. He played for their PDL team and then into their first team.
Then in the USL team
USL
for a year, and then won a championship a year ago in Rochester.
And he's back home now, even though he's Colombian.
That's right.
He's from Lyman High School.
From Altamont Springs, and then went over to Stetson to play collegiate soccer. Had a really great career over there. All cut in.
This probably is what the future holds here for this next 45 minutes of defending deep, going side to side and trying to keep the City Islanders out.
Mendoza played for the late T. Logan Fleck at Stetson.
Great guy.
Finest gentleman you'll ever meet.
From a fantastic football family, soccer family here in the States. Father was one of the godfathers of U.S. soccer.
Picked up by OCB. Again, they're playing a man down. Switch is made to Mendoza. He'll track back as the pressure comes.
Wind still causing some problems here with players' first touch and ball striking.
Cox, and that should be an easy call. It is, as Doyle got into the back of Michael Cox. Had his first goal in his first appearance, native of Calgary, Alberta. So you do have your top 3 players on, along with Larea, all of 6 feet, and at least in that vicinity. So you're going to have some direct chances. It may not be a bad opportunity. So we see Garcia pushed up, as you had mentioned, a little higher. Defensive midfield.
Very fast feet there from Davis. Managed to turn the corner.
Gets the ball through. Nitty, make that McFadden, knock it out.
Just talking to one of my current players out down here watching the game, he was telling me he knows he's a Jamaican player from Stets High School, and he played against Paul Davis there for Glenmuir High School, the schoolboy football in Jamaica is, a great level. A lot of boys coming out to play in the college in the States, a lot of guys coming straight pro as well. And he speaks very highly of him.
Corner kick for Harrisburg, should be their second. And Baril will give it a go. Headed to the far post. A whiff on the header.
Yeah, slightly mistimed that.
Benbow, one of the 3 Jamaicans there, and the roster tonight for Bill Betcher.
Looks like Needy maybe got a knock on the head there. They can't afford him to go out.
Goodness, no.
No defenders on the bench.
If you're just joining us, it was Zach Ellis Hayden picking up an injury yesterday. Mikey Ambrose, if you're wondering where he's at, well, his sister's getting married this weekend, so got an excuse to leave. Baril to the right side. Challenge was missed by Turner, and the shot is airmailed. Could have done better with that one.
Wow,
and
yeah,
Foster mistimed.
Wild shot there from Foster. He
tried to put a hole in the top of the net.
Real chance here on his right foot. Takes his time. Bang! Swing and a miss.
Tends to happen. Sometimes you want to make the statement goal instead of making the easy goal, right? The idea is just to beat the keeper, not really put a hole in the net.
Foster, I believe, played in a World Cup qualifier there for Jamaica. Oh, chance at the other end.
Players down. And a yellow being shown.
Is this in the box?
It is in the box. It will be a penalty. And COCB is making that argument.
It looks like they're going to call it just outside the box and only a yellow. So again, Anthony Pulis probably not going to be too happy about this.
Jamie Thomas.
Contact came just outside the box. I think the referee got that one just about right. Contact came in his back, just outside the box there. But a great opportunity. You see Lewis Neal's placing the ball with that trusty left foot. I think he fancies this one.
Remember the refrain, nail it like Neal. When Lewis hit from a couple of free kicks in that 2011 season, most notably in the preseason against the Philadelphia Union, the first goal in club history. See, from about that spot too, really.
And this is an important moment. Yeah, this is an important moment. Good opportunity to hit the target. Let's work the keeper.
See if OCB can take a page out of the Philadelphia Union. play people off sides and not get called for it. The MLS club conceded a goal in the 90th on a goal that shouldn't have counted, as we found out late. That doesn't help.
The referees came out and said it shouldn't have counted. Here we go.
Neal will approach. He'll send it right into the wall. Wall did its job. It will be played out. A throw to OCB.
Perhaps when you're that close,
it's tough to get it up and down.
Yeah, getting it up and down is difficult. You know, I always encourage my boys to try and find that gap and just go for power. and go where the wall isn't, and sometimes you can hit that in where even if it's on the same side as the keeper, you can hit a direct shot right in there.
Pull a Messi, just send it under the wall that jumps.
Yeah, that's another option too. I don't quite know what Lewis Neal was doing there, but it definitely won't either of those.
Into the corner it goes. Lions will hold it into the corner.
A little early to go to the corner, I think, but
to preserve the point.
But Rochez gets the corner, so OCB will be happy about that. Big guns will go forward.
You'll take every set piece opportunity you can get playing a man down.
Nitty at 6'5". He'll be hoping to get his head on this.
Left foot of Lewis Neal to serve it up. Right in front of the supporters. Goes to the back post. Wynn got it, took it over the bar.
And it looks like a foul on the keeper as well. Looks like Richie Larea is getting a talking to there.
No touching. 53rd minute, no score.
Goalkeepers always get a little bit too much protection there. I certainly want a goalkeeper. It's actually a good start here from OCB, even with 10 men. They had a couple of opportunities, a couple of set pieces.
Now, all it takes is that halftime break sometimes just to get the right message across, right?
Yeah, I think Coach Pulis will have the troops fired up and they're ready to go. They're ready to go out and get a result.
And you have to think the longer it stays scoreless, the more Harrisburg presses. Our ball into the area.
Great defending there from Turner.
Change for $1. Sent back across. A redirect header was wide of the target.
Foster again rose. Didn't quite get the contact he needed. Just glanced off his head and wide.
Cardell Benbow couldn't bend it back in. Foster was right there as well.
Yeah, maybe Foster just obscured Benbow's view a little bit, so he couldn't quite get a good contact on it, which was he didn't have a challenge from the centre back, so a bit of a let off there for OCB.
55th minute. A game first half that was for the most part bossed by Harrisburg.
Great turn there from Cox.
Cox to Mendoza on the overlap, sends it across, and will earn a corner kick for OCB.
Really good energy. Yeah, really good energy there from Mendoza, and he's going to give you that. He's going to give you that up and down work rate from that right fullback position, whereas in the first half, perhaps Garcia is more of a passing player. Good combination. Cox works hard to win it back. Mendoza on the overlap, and another set piece.
Warshaw.
Can they make this pay?
Warshaw whiffed on the tackle. And another one into the wind here for Lewis Neal. Surveys things.
Let me take a little bit off of this one. You can see they're still going to get it right in, bend it right in on the keeper with that left foot.
On the service. Neal's ball is away. High ball to the back post. Got headed back into the other side.
Got it. Gets back to Lewis Neal.
Into the box. And Noble has it. And what's going on here? He's going to the front pocket. A yellow card shown to, I believe, Richie Larea.
Yeah, he just had a talking to as well about interfering with the keeper. And he doesn't get away with it that time.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card has been issued to OCB player number 6.
So it comes in the 56th. Fourth card of the night, third of the yellow variety.
That midfield three of Larea, Neal, and Garcia doing a good job of getting on the ball and creating some chances here for OCB. Great work from Cox.
Came back now onside or not. Was Rochez as we look back.
Look back at the corner, comes back out here to Lewis Neal, whips the ball in. Keeper makes the save.
Oh, just didn't get out of his way.
Yeah, Richie maybe a little sneaky there. That was an old play with George Best back in the day, and who's seen that when George Best knocks it out of the keeper's hands and puts it in the back of the net. A little, not quite like that, but it reminded me of it.
Immediately back on the offensive go the City Islanders. Turner will clear it. Goes into touch, throw to Harrisburg. No score. As since the 40th minute, the City Islanders have been playing with a man advantage, thanks to Rocha's second red card of the season. Doyle.
He's got plenty of time out there.
Back across. Try the right side. Ball to the spot. A one-touch shot goes over the top of the bar. Off of an Orlando City player, so Mendoza got back.
Yeah,
and got him
Warshaw
away.
there had a great opportunity there. Warshaw arriving from deep to put the City Islanders up 1-0, but it looks like just got a block on it.
Burrell plays it short. Not a bad effort. Look, McLaw has cut off the play. To the right side. Oh, another ball as Ridgers, I believe, got a hand on it.
Warshaw again coming in. He's definitely a danger coming from midfield. Big, strong boy. A fantastic save again from Ridgers.
He's trying to survive.
Long diag into the box. Warshaw's up. Maybe that was creeping in the far post. Ridgers wasn't taking any chances, pushes that wide.
If anything, Foster was there to put it back where it came from.
Again, the keeper putting that wide. Don't let that ball come back out into the strikers.
Burrell, low liner.
Not a great set piece there from Burrell. He's been a bit quiet in the second half. That's maybe why OCB's had a little bit more joy.
Square ball from Dabo. Hopeful ball forward.
Good defending there. Now a little bit of pressure here from the City Islanders. OCB got to be careful.
His job, and it's snuffed out by Nitty. Turner is there.
See what the City Islanders tactic now is with a team that's dropping in defending. They got to go around the outside, and they're doing exactly that right now, and creating crosses and opportunities, making it difficult for OCB, a man down.
Behind. Look back at Ridgers, keeping it level.
Yeah, Warshaw rises like a proverbial salmon. And Ridgers just turns that around for a corner.
Richards all the way on the far touchline to send this away. Again, has the wind at his back. Lets it ride. Burrell, first touch.
Yeah, Burrell starting to get into the game again.
Sends the diagonal ball across. The run comes.
Bambo here, dangerous 1v1.
Steps over once, twice, and it's in the net. Harrisburg City Islanders have scored first with the man advantage. Benbow. And Cardell has his first goal of the season, and the Lions now chasing a man down and now a goal down as well.
Jamaican national team player there. Benbow cuts in on his left foot and just gets a toe on there. I think it might deflect, have a slight deflection as well. Straight in off the post there from Bembo. Dangerous 1v1 player, was allowed to run at the back line, cuts in and finishes. Now OCB have really got an uphill task. I expect some substitutions to be made here in the next few minutes, and OCB, it's all or nothing now. They need to get some attacks going and get back in this game, even though they are a man down.
Comes right at the hour mark of this one. They've been playing a man down since the 40th. And now that will add some spring to the step of the Harrisburg City Islanders. It's sent out square, be a throw for Harrisburg.
Good center forward play there from Foster. Just looks to lay it off and then get the ball back in behind. Use his pace, movement.
Let's find themselves down for the second straight week. Another ball into the area. Was Warshaw lurking. There are some players warming up next to the Orlando City bench.
Yeah, Roches there didn't have too much spring in his step. Worked hard up front for not much reward.
Harrisburg 1, Orlando City B 0. Took an hour for the breakthrough. It finally came. City Islanders have the lead. Now very, I'm sure, very comfortable with where they sit now on the road, looking to take 3 points.
Yeah, and the Islanders with that extra man, you know, they can take the sting out of the game and maintain possession, or they can look for more goals. But OCB are certainly going to be up against it now for the remaining 28 minutes or so.
Not to make excuses, there are a number of injuries here on the OCB side. Players playing in different positions, and then you compound things with a red card. And a game that, when you talked with Coach Pulis ahead of things, felt very, very good about the chances this time for win number 1 on this season. What did he tell us before the game? What he wanted was a good performance, not so much the result. They had their moments. Larea be ushered down. It'll be Orlando City ball as we look back at the opening salvo. Goal from Benbow is a good one.
You can see squares Tyler Turner up, takes him inside. Looks like it might have got a deflection there off Macker on the way through and then off the post. A good direct run in from the City Island forward.
Long free kick here, Larea will take and send it into the box.
Set pieces are going to be important now. You know, even 1-0, it's still a game, still chances. If they can get a few set pieces and have some quality, there'll be some chances at their end as well.
65th minute, and the City Islanders are not going to hurry to put the ball in play.
Interesting
Doyle.
here to see Doyle taking this goal kick. I don't know if Noble's picked up an injury.
Ridgers. 50-50 there by Doyle. Mendoza staying on that ball. Cannot find the target. Baril.
Dabo. Sharp movement there, the Inter Milan player. You know, you don't play for Inter Milan, and you're definitely a talented player coming through the ranks.
You're saying you learned something there when you...
No doubt about it.
No
doubt about it. If you look at this Islander team, they got, you know, full Jamaican international, former Real Madrid player, former Inter Milan player. You know, this is the standard of the USL now. It's not easy to you know, to start this OCB franchise out and get results right away.
Nice look from Garcia, who nice job to sniff out the attack, take the ball away. Some individual performances I think you can highlight here.
Yeah, Cox has worked hard up front. He's definitely worked hard up front. Looks like we've got a substitute coming.
And a player down for Harrisburg. The attacking half for them. And yeah, sub is checking in for the first time tonight. Getting 5 available in USL.
Substitution for OCB in the 66th minute. Leaving the game is number 35, Brian Roches. He's replaced by number 47, Marius Obakop.
So Marius Obakop, the Cameroonian, will come in for Roches. First of 5 available subs.
He has
for
come
Coach
in.
Pulis.
Yeah, he's come in both games off the bench, and he's a direct runner, likes to get on the ball and dribble at players. He's a danger going forward, and they're going to need something special out of him. He's got some special looking shoes on there. Those nice, bright.
6 goals last year with Red Bulls too. And the orange kicks will be easy to identify him.
That helps us out, right?
No doubt.
Be interesting to see if they keep with this system with 2 strikers up and then the 3 deeper midfielders in behind. I would think they probably will.
Will be played back. Well, fans, you can be a part of history as we attempt to break the National Women's Soccer League attendance record on April 23rd when the Orlando Pride plays at home for the first time in their history versus Carly Lloyd in the Houston Dash. You can join the campaign. Hashtag Filled with Pride on social media. Buy your tickets online at orlando-pride.com and be part of this historical moment for our community. That coming up next week. Of course, the opener Sunday in Portland against the Thorns. We'll have, I'm sure, a lot of viewers in person and online.
What a fantastic opportunity to have the Pride, a great group of players. You're talking about some of the best players in the world on that roster, not just, the players from this region, but, Alex Morgan, obviously a worldwide global star, and what a player she is.
Ashlyn Harris, the goalkeeper from Satellite, and then you've got
Tony
Presley, who played at West Shore and Florida State.
Recruited Tony Presley for our little six-a-side league in the off-season, and she did pretty well. She's pretty fun play with her. She's one heck of a player.
Garcia. Bend it in right at Levrock.
It's a difficult shot to take there, maybe inexperience of Garcia.
Interesting to see Harrisburg going to a more defensive posture now with the 1-goal lead. Now they'll try to counter with the pace that they've got.
Unlucky there again, referee, and it did look like a foul. Outstretched arm, the push wasn't shoulder to shoulder. OCB should have picked up the free kick there on Overcop.
Mr. Ridgers, now Mendoza. Ron Garcia. Now Neal. Let's have a little more than 20 minutes to have a say here.
And they're getting a bit of possession, which is going to be important, and can they make it count?
Adrian Heath always says goals change games. It's true more ways than one. Sometimes you go down and things start working out.
That's a good press there. They've got to choose the times when to press the ball.
Overcop with a spark and a challenge from behind there, and Macca will probably go into the book.
And that was late.
Or he'll just be warned. Played a clean game thus far, so next time it will be the yellow.
Slightly inconsistent there from the referee.
And Harrisburg will take their time here on their own half. Taking another look at Callan McFadden's challenge.
In from behind. Didn't get the ball.
Quickly distributed by Dabo. Will come from the right. Wilson.
Been very impressed with Wilson tonight. He's pulled the strings, I think, even maybe more so than Burrell. He's kept possession and he's been a danger man.
On the left, Benbow, he is the goal scorer. And Mendoza hustles back. Get out of their own end. OCB down a man down. A goal intercepted.
Good pinch there from Tyler Turner. Can he get some support?
Turner able to throw it quickly. Cox makes the turn. Levrock with him. Will matriculate the ball via the throw. Turner trying to find Cox and the two big men.
Didn't get too much change.
Battle is a little elbow from behind. Coach Pulis not happy.
Yeah, definite foul there.
Burrill.
I don't think this referee is going to be getting a Christmas card from Anthony Pulis after this game.
So Foster out, Aaron Wheeler, who started the last 2 games at forward. The big, tall drink of water from Maryland. A couple of goals last year for Wilmington. He is in, 6'4".
Former Philadelphia Union player.
Dangerous ball there in for OCB.
Looks like there's a collision. The goalkeeper's down, as well as Cox.
Trainer will come out and have a look.
Ball in there from Mendoza. Nice ball.
Oy. Oh, yowza. Not sure who got the better, but they're both down.
See, both eyes were firmly on the ball. Noble comes through, gets the touch, and is aggressive. And as a goalkeeper, that's the idea. You got to come out and be brave and take the ball, and he did. Take everything in its path, and he was, Cox certainly got. Is going to be in a little bit of pain there.
Still lying down inside the 6-yard box. Allow some rests for everybody else, and wishing the best for Michael.
Yeah.
He's up.
Looks like he just maybe took the wind out of him.
Which is always the scariest feeling in the world. You can't breathe. Certainly not pleasant, as the Hooligans giving their all here to try to spurn OCB to a leveling goal here, perhaps late.
Noble, been around the league a long time. It's been solid in goal tonight for the City Islanders.
Well, a big one tomorrow. Orlando City, the MLS club, returning to the Citrus Bowl for a home game, facing off against Lee Win and the New England Revolution. Single game tickets still available at OrlandoCitySC.com. Game nationally televised on ESPN, 3:30. Of course, it can be heard on the radio, on Real Radio 104.1. And Harrisburg trying to possess, 74th minute.
Lorea's worked tirelessly all night. Had some bright moments.
Again, you're talking about team performances, individual performances. There's always something you can take out of any game, despite the result.
Yeah, and certainly things going down to 10. The pattern of the game hasn't really changed that much, and OCB have created a few opportunities, even when they have been down to 10. Mendoza's been very lively all night and even been flexible enough to move into the right back position. Garcia there winning the ball.
He's sent to the right side. There's Wilson. Mr. Wilson gives the ball up. We'll try the right side on the overlap. Nice job cutting in. All the top of the 18, held up by Benbow. Goal scorer now to Wilson, who lets it fly. Over the top it goes.
Yeah, those two combined very well. Wilson and Bembo. Bembo creating the space, driving into goal, and then a little layoff with Paul with the shot just over the top, Paul Wilson.
He's trying to build out of the back here, even late. About 15 minutes to go. Off the side of the foot of Nitty.
Needs some inspiration here, OCB, going into this last 15 minutes of the game. It's still only 1-0.
Long ball ahead, and Levrock down in pain.
Tough challenge there from Cox.
He's up, and Harrisburg continues to play. Levrock still limping behind the ball, down, and a foul is the ruling.
Paul Wilson, only 5'4" of him. Went down pretty easily there.
Obacop not necessarily looking guilty. Levrock. McClaws. Backline doing their job tonight for the City Islanders. Doyle, Levrock, Thomas, McClaws.
Well, OCB's backline has been solid all night. Hasn't given up many clear opportunities. Defended well as a unit.
Despite playing a man down since minute number 40. So back in Benbow with some space. He'll let it fly to the near post. And was just off target. Another sub will come on for head coach Bill Betcher. The City Islanders now less than 15 minutes away from their first win of the 2016 campaign. So Benbow is off, and Josh Hughes will make his third appearance of the season. The native of Fort Worth, Texas, spent last year with the Atlanta Silverbacks of the NASL.
don't think OCB's back line will be too sad to see Bembo going to the bench. He's been a thorn in their side. He's worked hard, created a lot of opportunities, and got the goal as well.
He is more of a central midfield type.
So perhaps Coach Betcher is maybe trying to shut up shop there, taking one of his best attacking players off.
Another giveaway there in their own half. Garcia with the composure to get it out. Lorea picks it up.
Nice counter-attack here.
Lorea over the halfway line, studying up. Along the left it goes to Turner. Turn ball, top of the box. Cox muscled off the ball that time.
See the talent Garcia's got, being able to bend that ball just into the path of Lorea, I think, breaking out of midfield. So the young man has had a promising debut here tonight for OCB, the young Honduran, only 20 years old.
Certainly one of the highlights of this one for OCB. And again, winning games, winning championships, certainly part of it, but the development, not just for OCB, but really every team in this league, but especially when you're put back into existence by the MLS club. Get a chance for the young guys to get some meaningful games.
Oh, you know, these players have got to play in these tough physical games. You know, these are against seasoned pros, international players we're talking about. So this is great experience for them, and the wins will come. You know, I think Coach Pulis talked about the process, doing the things right, and then the results will come.
Coach Pulis says you're going to get the best every night. As that one went skimming across the face of goal. That you're going to play the Harrisburgs, the Richmonds, the Charlestons, the Wilmingtons. You're going to play these teams that they are all USL players that want to put food on the table and are going to give it their best. This is their livelihood. And it means something for them to take something from an MLS affiliated side.
I think you'll see, you know, it's been hasn't been easy for all the MLS affiliate teams. You know, some of the USL teams in their own right got that experience, so it's going to take some time for OCB in this new era to get there, find their form. But it's not over yet. There's still over 10 minutes to play, and if they can put together some combinations and some attacking play, they can maybe nick one.
We did see LA Galaxy 2 make a championship game appearance last year. Of course, that was their second year of operation. This is the third year of that change in the USL mode of operation. Third season we've had the owned and operated clubs. Los Dos were the first, and everybody decided that's a good idea.
But obviously, you know, you look at the LA Galaxy as an organization, as an MLS organization, the multiple championships they've won at the MLS level. OCB is still new as an organization at that level as well.
Exactly. Harrisburg has to hold it for 10 more minutes to get out of here with 3 points.
And I think they've brought one more of a possession guy to keep the ball, taking Bembo off, trying to take the sting out of the game.
Hughes, who came on, started that last game along with Warshaw in that central midfield. Now you got 3 of them out there along with Dabo. Oh, another ball headed towards goal.
Looked like he really struck that nicely there from this angle. It could have been arrowing into the top corner, but maybe just cut across it a little bit.
Some knuckling.
But again, that's Paul Wilson. He's been good all night.
So Lorea will come out on this change. And Pierre Da Silva, the 17-year-old out of Port Chester, New York, the OC Academy product.
And this boy's got some magic in that left foot. So Richie's worked hard all night, and I think Coach Pulis will be hoping that Da Silva can conjure something up along that left wing.
So Barril's night is done for Harrisburg.
He's holding his hamstring there as he leaves the field.
Not good news for City Islanders fans.
And again, you know, with about 10 minutes to play, Da Silva on the pitch, got some fresh legs out there. Can OCB get back into this one? Can they get him the ball in the final third? And because he can create, he can go one-on-one, he can beat a player on the dribble, beat a player with a smart pass. So let's see if something exciting can happen in this last 9 minutes.
Da Silva of Brazilian and Peruvian descent, but a star for the U.S. under-17 national team. Played in a World Cup. And every opposing coach you talk to have their eyes on him as a guy to game plan for as the season dips further and further along. Time winding short. Orlando City needs a goal to come away with at least a point here. Nitti. On the left side is Tyler Turner. And again, the ball given away. All forward. Harrisburg attacking from the right. All cut back in. Campbell, and he is down, and this will be a foul. Assistant referee helping things out. And again, Harrisburg taking its time. Neal picks up the yellow.
Campbell causing problems since coming off the bench on that right side. Need some good defending from this dangerous set play.
Went too quick. Wilson. Chip it over the top. Yeah. Not even close.
Not good quality on that ball, and OCB will get the ball back and have another chance to try and get something going. They actually went out for a throw-in.
84th minute. Deep throw for OCB by Mendoza.
Obakov trying to close him down, can't quite get there.
Shot by McFadden.
A little bit of afters there from McFadden. No nonsense. Irish defender.
Oh, don't call him English.
Oh yeah, that could be.
It's an
that
insult
could be problems
coming from
after
you.
the game.
Islanders circulating the ball. Now we'll play it back. The pressure will come. Cox still up top, working hard. Obakop here on the near side, waiting for some sort of an outlet.
Yeah, got to try and press the team there. You know, as Cox and Obakop are pressing there, that back line's got to get up as well. So if he plays it back in, you can maybe catch him offside. Ball came back in, and centre backs played him on.
Mendoza, Ian Aaron Wheeler.
He's a big target man, Wheeler, isn't he?
6'4" versus probably about 5'6".
Looks like he's giving a free kick to the big man. Bit of a mismatch, not sure about that one.
Leverage, right? Wheeler, 25 appearances and a goal with Philadelphia Union from 2013-2014. Speaking of Philadelphia Union, Harrisburg affiliated with Philadelphia from 2010 to 2015 until the Bethlehem Steel came into existence in the offseason. An owned and operated club for the Union.
And they became their parent club.
Certainly remember the playoff game in 2014, the last USL game played by Orlando City, eliminated in the first round.
You see the burst there from Obakov. He's definitely got something in his locker. He's got that power.
Yeah.
If they can get him the ball in good areas, could open up the defense of the City Islanders.
There were 5 Union players in that game in 2014, that opening playoff game that saw the upset. Don't have that don't have that luxury anymore, rather.
Yeah, they put on a good performance
despite that, yeah.
Yeah, they put on a good display.
On the left side too far. Thomas not that fast.
Lewis Neal, the captain, having a chat with the referee. Obviously frustrated. Still 4 minutes to play until injury time. Can OCB try and create a chance here going into the final few minutes?
Pinged out.
Not like that.
Hear the words game management.
Yeah, you know, just
apropos for Harrisburg City Islanders.
Yeah, my little 15s club game today. You know, we were up 1-0 and got conceded on in the last 2 minutes, and had to talk to the players after the game about managing the game. So there's always hope. There's hope here for OCB to get that goal back in it and draw the game.
Obakop holding the ball up, getting out of trouble. Out to Mendoza, who will throw here.
Need a little bit of movement.
Obakop along the line. Earns the is it a free kick or a throw?
Looks like it's a throw-in, yeah. I haven't seen De Silva on the ball yet. He needs to get on the ball in this the final moments of this game. He needs to get on the ball and try and create something.
Mendoza. And it will come again. Always around that ball is Paul Wilson.
Yeah, he's been everywhere tonight. He really has.
Man of the match performance for number 10 for sure. Now it's Tyler Turner bumped from behind. It will be a free kick for OCB. And
as I said earlier,
Vasquez will go settle things down.
These set pieces, it's a long way out, but these set pieces are really important going into the final moments in the game. Can they create something? Can they get a flick on? Can they get a trick play? Can they get something to make this keeper work, make Noble earn his money?
Set piece on the way. First contact by Harrisburg. Out of trouble. 89th minute.
Yeah, looking to swing at the other. All right, hey, can Mendoza get this in the box?
Mendoza will have to play the negative ball back. Let Lewis Neal do the honors. Play it into the 18.
Yeah, big Nitty's in
Flick
there.
on header. Not possible. Come all the way back. Well, a reminder, OCB's next home game is Sunday, May 1st, right back here at Eastern Florida State College. That's going to be against FC Montreal. Tickets available at OrlandoCityB.com. So that will be the first time that OCB will play a fellow MLS-operated team. They'll be at Pittsburgh and Harrisburg next week, Saturday and Monday. So on the road go the lads. All USL originals here in the opening part of the season for OCB. Knocked down inside the box, or just outside. Free kick, yellow card goes to Campbell. So getting a little feisty here in our 90th minute. So Shane Campbell goes into the book, the local product out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Just outside the box. See De Silva causing problems. Could be your last chance as we're about to enter stoppage time. Got to get this measured correctly. Tyler Turner and Nitty above the ball. I would want Craig Nitty inside the box here personally. And that's where he will likely go. So 5 minutes of stoppage time. This is not over. Turner will deliver, plays it short. Little dummy move into the box. Fumbled a bit and eventually smothered by Nick Noble. That was interesting to say the least. As Neal put it in, ball hit the ground. Garcia tried to back heel it in. So we're into the first minute of 5 minutes of additional time. Obakop picks it up. And it's intercepted. Neal will have to hold it and turn around and shove to the ground here. And this is going to get quite chippy, as it was certainly uncalled for. Wheeler was wheeling in, a jersey's ripped a la Hulk Hogan. So Hulkamania running wild here late. And cooler heads need to prevail. And that man charged with doing just that, Rubio Vasquez, that may add a little bit more time to this. Oh my goodness. Well, remember this for the return trip here Monday the 25th, the game at Harrisburg. Yellow to Neal. If that's a yellow on Neal, it would be a red. It would be his second yellow. He's already picked up one. At least that's what we had on our stat sheet. If that's the case, he's gone, and Orlando City playing down 2. So Wheeler doing the job and making himself a pest. And there it is. So another player sent off, and now Lewis will be gone for the next week as well. And will hardly agree with the man from Leicester. So your 2 central midfielders are gone for the next game, and Lewis Neal, Tony Rocha. And the Lions will play the next 4 minutes down 2 men. So it has not been a good night at the office for OCB. So give credit to Aaron Wheeler. He did the dirty work and got the man sent off. Not sure if that was the aim, but he was successful as Harrisburg has gotten under the skin of OCB. Long ball pinged forward. Falls inside the 18. Lions not giving up, down 2 men. But De Silva with the little quicks. Obakop have to serve it to the back post. It's got a chance. It's tipped over the bar. It will lead to a corner kick as Noble could only poke it over the top. Corner kick OCB. Looking for some late magic. Waiting for the delivery. Curled in. Defense did its job. Obakop tries to hold it up. Mendoza back to Ridgers, playing just short of the halfway line. Everybody forward, ball finds its way to the corner and just over the top of Noble, who jumped with it just to be safe. Only down to about 2 minutes here. Everybody forward. Get this ball from Obakop. Lots of trouble. Again, no dice. Vasquez will certainly be a talking point, I'm sure. How this game has been administrated, certainly has made a mark in this one with the 2 red cards. Change the complexion. And now Garcia comes away like a bowling ball among 3 white jerseys, knocking the pins over. We'll see his quality. Certainly a bright spot tonight. Here's Mendoza. Obakop along the right. Short time here. Lions need a goal. Bent in and right to Noble. Again, it was 5 minutes of stoppage time, easily into 4 now. Not sure if he's going to give an extra after the skirmish along the far side. As normally mild-mannered Lewis Neal sent off as Aaron Wheeler tackled him. And I'm talking an American football tackle. There is the whistle, and Harrisburg has come away with 3 points on the road. They knock off OCB 1-0. So the Lions reduced to 9 men, and they come up short. The Islanders get their first win of the season. We'll be right back to talk about it right after this on YouTube.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town, where the sand is our building blocks and a board is our preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened by the sound of a wave. It's the home of the original, home to the iconic, and home of the legendary. Cocoa Beach. It's still cool. Your beach vacation begins at gococobeach.com.
Be a part of a new movement in Orlando. A roster to be proud of. One of the best soccer players of our era. Don't miss Alex Morgan and the Orlando Pride as they take the field at the Orlando Citrus Bowl for the first time on April 23rd versus Carly Lloyd in the Houston Dash. Season tickets and single game tickets for the inaugural NWSL season are available at orlando-pride.com. Our captain is back. There was no better timing. Kaká will make his 2016 debut on April 3rd when the Lions take on the reigning MLS Cup champions at the Orlando Citrus Bowl. Orlando City versus Portland Timbers. Tickets available at orlandocitysc.com.
It's about your club. It's about your city. It's about this season. It's about every match. And standing by your colors. Whatever they are, we've got you covered.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3 tonight. 1 goal, 2 red cards, 3 points for the Harrisburg City Islanders. OCB dropping the home game tonight. And our Oliver 12 Trees is with the coach, Anthony Pulis.
I'm here with Coach Pulis after a tough 1-0 loss here to the City Islanders. What, are you frustrated after that game, Coach?
Yeah, I am frustrated. Obviously, it's a bit of pill to swallow having another man sent off. But credit to the boys. They worked their socks off again. They didn't give up. They kept going right to the end, and obviously we end up getting Lou sent off as well. So we have 9 for the last couple of minutes, but we were piling men forward, and maybe on another day something might have dropped for us at the end with a few set pieces and the direct play we had. But it's one of them. We have to regroup. We've got 2 tough games on the road now. We go to Pittsburgh, and then obviously we play Harrisburg again. So it's about character now and bouncing back.
Certainly there's some positives you talked about, and you saw the boys were frustrated at the end of the game. Obviously the boys are coming together and working for each other, and I think you saw that in the last 15 minutes, only with 10 men and then down to 9. They really kept going right till the end. Yeah, the togetherness and the character and the spirit within the group it doesn't need to be questioned. They're a great group of guys that work hard every day, and like I said, that's something that's never been in question. Hopefully now we've got a few injuries. Hopefully we can get them back fit, and like I say, we'll regroup and put a team together, hopefully to go and get some positive results on the road. I'm sure you will. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Cheers,
appreciate it. After a tough night here for OCB, they'll be back to get that result in the coming weeks. Over to you, Jeff.
Thank you so much, Oliver. Yeah, certainly the optimal word, a bitter pill to swallow as OCB drops to 0-3-1. Harrisburg picks up their first win of the season. They're now 1-2. We'll send it back down to Oliver 12 Trees.
Hello, yes, I have the OCB's goalkeeper. Another fantastic performance and a tough night for you.
Yeah, I mean, you take back 2 weeks ago what I said, these games, these situations that, the decision goes against you again and we're up against it, and like I said, there's sometimes you can't hold on. The guy gets it's like a toe punt on the ball really, and it's a difficult one, can't see it through the bodies, and it's a really hard one to take again, and as I said, a decision that's gone against us and made it a lot difficult, and we've had the backs against the wall again for a long period of time.
Did it look like it got a deflection as well, or was it just kind of a toe poke?
Yeah, the guy comes inside and when he just shoots, and then, as you said, hits the post. I think the wind carries it in a little bit, but with the bodies in front, it's always for a goalkeeper. It's very difficult to know to try and see everything. But like you said, that one there's a lot harder to take as well, because I think the boys put once again effort into the game, but we get nothing out of it. So we need to dig deep now and start putting performances and getting results, or before the longer it goes on, the difficult the games become.
Yeah, I see improvements. The back line, you didn't actually have that many shots to face. You made some great saves, but I thought the back line in front of you were pretty steady throughout the game. And like you said, that one little chance they had just squeaked in.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need that one chance really. We're not really getting that, the break of the ball in the box from the games that we've had so far, and you see the opposition there managing to get that. But like I said, when decisions go against you, it's a lot harder to. With 11v11, I think, we especially with the wind against us in the first half as well, I thought we performed well, knocked the ball around well. As you said, there's signs of improvements here, and the performance was okay, but I think realistically now we need to start thinking about trying to get results on the board and climbing up the table.
I think it'll come. You're doing it the right way, and the results will come. Thanks a lot. Okay. Good luck the rest of the way.
Cheers, thank you.
I'm back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Oliver. Well, they're 3 home games down in the OCB season. That means there are 12 left. OCB season tickets still available and start at $180. Single game tickets also on sale. $15 a game to get in here to the Titan Soccer Complex. Go to OrlandoCityB.com for all of the details. Let's take a look at the details of this one as far as the stat sheet is concerned. The one thing that counts is the 1 goal scored, but it was certainly one-sided in that first half, and the statistics bear that to be true. Shots in favor of Harrisburg, 15-2. Granted, they were ahead, up a man since the 40th minute of this one. So 50 minutes advantage there. Shots on goal just 3-1 though, however. Let's take a look at some of the highlights as it transpired here. And this was really what told the story of this one, as Tony Rocha was given the straight red for the high boot. Certainly could have been another decision, not sure. But it did lead to a man advantage, and then the opening salvo. That was scored by Carnell Benbow in the 61st minute. Couple of looks. They had a step over, a cut back, and then sent it directly on frame and froze Mark Ridgers to the near post. It was a 1-0 lead. Again, another look at the lone goal of this one. OCB had its chances late. In fact, down 2 men after the second yellow. That one tipped over the bar by Nick Noble, who got the clean sheet tonight. Little lob, and Nitty was unable to get purchase on it. So the Lions fall again for the 3rd time this season. Some positive performances to take out, that's for sure. They'll look to rebound on the road next week at Pittsburgh, at Harrisburg, before coming home to take on FC Montreal on the 1st of May. That's all from here. For my partner, Oliver 12 Trees, for our producer, Brian Foster, our director, John Brober, and our entire WEFS TV crew, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long from Melbourne. City Islanders get their first win of the season, 1-0 over OCB. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.